Xiao Tian originally possessed the power to dominate all. Yet, he only wanted to enjoy the Empress's favor. In order to secure his position, he nearly infuriated the powerful ministers who held sway over the court. At this moment, in the residence of Prime Minister Liu Aoshan, Liu Shimei paced back and forth in the hall. He openly criticized Xiao Tian for humiliating her father in the court. She suggested finding someone to eliminate Xiao Tian. Liu Aoshan remained silent, coldly staring at his son. He said that things were almost settled, and that his son's performance disappointed him. He reminded Liu Shimei that one day they would return to the empire. Such behavior would not befit a man of his status. Liu Shimei admitted her fault after her father's scolding. Liu Aoshan then approached the door and said that the time was ripe for their return to the empire. He cautioned his son to be careful with his words and actions during this critical phase. He instructed his son to spread the news about Xiao Tian obtaining the inheritance gold seal as soon as possible, to cause trouble for this worthless prince, and to put pressure on Empress Ziroyan. Liu Aoshan lamented his misfortune and mentioned that if not for someone named Yan Wang, who destroyed the Blood Cloud Pavilion, he would have kidnapped Xiao Tian to threaten Ziroyan. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace's study, Xiao Tian was visiting for the first time. His wife was busy reviewing memorials. Stacks of memorials piled up like a small mountain. Xiao Tian found it astonishing, wondering how there could be so many memorials. Ziroyan placed the reviewed memorials aside and explained that if not for Liu Aoshan's competence in sharing the burden, Xiao Tian standing here would probably never see the Empress's face. Xiao Tian shook his head, silently acknowledging the hardships of being an emperor. He felt fortunate that his role was only to enjoy the Empress's favor, or else he might have been exhausted. Ziroyan returned to the Great Yan dynasty due to her father's efforts. It was also the land her two older brothers had fought to protect. Compared to their sacrifices, these minor inconveniences were nothing. Xiao Tian didn't want to bring up painful memories for his wife, so he changed the subject. He mentioned that the 6 million spirit stones from Liu Aoshan had been delivered to the palace. Ziroyan nodded and said that she needed Xiao Tian's help with something. She gave him half of a jade pendant, and when combined with the other half, it would open her father's secret treasury. Xiao Tian received the jade pendant and felt a bit embarrassed. The Empress entrusted him with the task of overseeing the palace's treasures, so that no one could accuse him of idleness. Xiao Tian understood her intentions. He realized that looking after the treasury's entrance was a relatively easy task, which suited him well. He replied, "Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll ensure the security of the treasury's entrance." Afterward, Xiao Tian combined the two halves of the jade pendant. There was a soft chime, and the pendant began to vibrate slightly. Spiritual energy emanated from it, enveloping Xiao Tian in a protective barrier. Ziroyan explained that the pendant had inherent protective properties. She told Xiao Tian that he could have Liu Yan organize the treasury, and he was allowed to choose anything worth up to 2 million spirit stones. Xiao Tian couldn't help but smile, enjoying the benefits of being favored by the Empress, including unrestricted spending. He thanked her and assured her that he would guard the treasury entrance securely. As he turned to leave, he was halted by Ziroyan. She looked at him for a moment, not saying anything. After a while, she smiled gently and said, "Thank you." Xiao Tian touched his forehead with 2 fingers and saluted her. "You're welcome, my dear."